welcome in our broadcasting at Your Climate TV.
Yes, thank you very much.
Can you please introduce yourself?
Well, my name is Camilo Ramada. I work here in Brazil, in the south of Brazil. We are in Porto Alegre. We work with a Dutch organization which is called the Social Trade Organization, which has projects all over the world with a specific focus on Latin America. We work with projects that focus on local economic development, and our specialty is that we have very innovative tools to realize that development, and those tools are based on monetary innovations. We create means of payment, transactions that are done by innovative means and thereby less dependent on the financial system.
That's very interesting what you say. So you are in the position to introduce and manage money programs, if I can call it like that, where normally money is a problem.
Yes, exactly. Because money is a means of payment, and money is a means of payment emitted by banks against interest, which has some very specific problems. One of the problems is that it accumulates very much in economic and financial centers and leaves a large part of the economy without the means of payment and without the possibility to realize economic transactions, even in situations where there are values like labor, production force, raw materials, entrepreneurialism, businessmanship. And the other big problem of the international financial system is that it creates a very aggressive form of economic accumulation, which also is, from an environmental point of view, extremely depredative to the natural resources.
Okay, I understand that what you say is you have operations all over the world with an emphasis in Latin America. And I understand that you are also involved in some program in Uruguay. What is the situation in Uruguay that they are interested in your kind of solutions?
Well, Uruguay is a very specific country. It's one of the smaller countries in Latin America. It has always prided itself on having one of the most solid banking systems in Latin America. It was for a long time called the Switzerland of Latin America. They have also one of the strongest bank secrets and very strong offshore operations. But notwithstanding, in the year 2002, when many financial problems happened in the financial systems of Latin America at large, whereby Brazil and Argentina suffered very strong impact, and Mexico, of course, also very strong impact on their internal financial system. Uruguay simply collapsed. Their banking system suffered a lot of problems. Some big national banks went bankrupt, and credit came to a standstill. A lot of accounts, current accounts, were frozen, and the country simply suffered a very strong lack of money in circulation.
Okay, and what is the present situation after all that happened?
Well, in 2002, this immediately resulted in very extreme impact on macroeconomic figures. So unemployment up to 25% in 2 years. Inflation up to 20% in 2 years. And these kind of numbers that show a very extreme crisis. And Uruguay has been working very hard, and other countries also, like Argentina, Mexico, to overcome this crisis. And today these are countries with a very significant economic growth. But the biggest problem of these countries is that they still have to keep a very extreme, tight monetary policy to keep their financial system, which is actually coming out of a very extreme crisis or even bankruptcy. Brazil, for example, has to keep up the highest real interest rates in the world, with basic bank interest, central bank interest at some 16%. Overdraw on a current account for a consumer is about 300% interest a year. So there's a very extreme interest rate. And in Uruguay, the repercussion is not so much very high interest rates, but a very tight credit policy. So there is really very little credit available for businesses in the market.
And what does that mean for those businesses?
What we must realize is that money is the oil that lubricates the economy. So as long as there's money going around, people work for each other. As soon as a company cannot get a credit to buy new stock and thereby cannot sell new products and thereby cannot pay her employees and thereby their employees cannot go to the supermarket and buy food, the entire motor of the economy comes to a standstill. So when there's no money around, the economy, even when there are supply of labor, supply of raw materials, supply of other economic values, this economy comes to standstill.
Okay.
So it loses opportunities.
Okay.
And this is what Uruguay is doing every day. Uruguay is every day losing out on the opportunities to develop itself with its own resources.
So now you seem to have a methodology called C3 that solves this problem. Can you shortly describe how it works?
Of course, the commercial credit circuit, which is the tool we work with, it tackles the lack of money in the market by offering a new and innovative means of payment. Where normally I have to pay another business with money, I can pay now my supplier with a future commitment in money. So instead of saying I pay you 1,000 euros for your stock, I pay you my commitment to pay 1,000 euros a month from now when I have sold your stock.
It sounds like you have developed a new derivaat. Derivaat.
Yes, derivative. In a certain way, there are in the economy a lot of means of payments. People use cash payments, people use credit schemes of payment, people use even payment in goods and services. So the means of payment have always been various, but there does not exist until today a specific focus on creating innovative means of payments that do not depend on the monetary system. So what we create are means of payment that depend on a very large-scale system of obligations, guarantees, and financial backings that together make it possible for a business to say, well, I will buy a product and I will pay with my promise to pay later. And this promise is backed by a guarantee fund or by credit insurance. And anyway, in this way, even when there is no money going around in that economy, or not immediately, these businesses can find each other, do business, and make money afterwards, and thereby solve this chicken and egg question that when there's no money, the economy stagnates, but when the economy grows, money comes as a result. So this chicken and egg question we solve by creating this what we call commercial credit circuit, which is a form of generating business even when there is no immediate money.